Hello, my darlings. It's ALB in Whisperland here. Thank you so much for joining me. Do you like wooden brushes? I'm going to be using this wooden brush a lot in this video. I like it better than plastic brushes when it comes to ASMR. It also feels a lot nicer when the brush touches your scalp. And it sounds really nice too. This is my beautiful friend Carly. She's going to be our model today. As you can see, she has very lovely and soft auburn hair. It's about shoulder length. If you'd like, I would encourage you, while watching, to imagine yourself having your hair brushed and played with, just like Carly's during this video. It's so nice to have someone care for you in this way. Otherwise, feel free to close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Whatever you'd like to do is your choice to maximize your comfort. This video was made with love just for you. So I hope you can feel that in your heart right now. If you're feeling anxious, stressed, tired, that's all okay. Let's work on improving those feelings together. You are now in a welcoming place of relaxation and safety. This is time meant just for you. So, during this video, I'm going to be gently playing with Carly's hair, giving her soft scratches on her scalp, running my hands through her hair, and brushing it with my wooden brush. I'll also braid it a few times because as someone with long hair, I know how nice it feels to have someone softly braid your hair. But in addition, it's very enjoyable for me personally to braid someone's hair. I braid my friend's hair all the time. It's fun for both of us. This is one of my most requested types of video, so I'm feeling very glad to revisit this style. I like making these because they take me back to a sort of childhood place, a nostalgic feeling. When I was a little girl, my friends and I would all take turns playing with each other's hair. It was unspoken, but understood that this was a bonding activity for very good friends, and we all loved the chance to express that friendship with each other. I think it's because having your head or face touched, or your hair for that matter, it's such an intimate space. We don't let just anyone touch our head. It requires a lot of trust. even as children, we understood that. But we also all loved to express our friendship and love of each other. To this day, as an adult, I still brush and play with my friend's hair all the time. Sometimes I'll just be sitting with my friends, chatting, and absent-mindedly I'll play with their hair, and sometimes they play with mine. It's funny how our associations with certain actions can stay, isn't it? Having my hair gently played with always calms me down, and it just makes me feel loved. I've noticed as well that whenever I'm around young children of my friends or family, they always instinctively start playing with my hair as well. I always laugh to myself, wondering where we all learned to do this as kids, to show we felt comfortable with someone and wanted to show our friendship. Maybe it's simply a human trait of grooming. All I know is it works. Whether someone I trust is playing gently with my hair or I'm playing with theirs, I feel us bonding. But I think when you're a child, you may be pretending you're a fabulous hairstylist at a famous salon, or maybe a parent working on a child's hair for a special occasion. Speaking of playing with hair, did you know that braiding is traditionally a social activity? It takes skill and time to braid hair. So, although many like to braid their own hair, myself included, there's something really nice and special about having someone braid your hair for you. And braids have a lot of historical significance as well. Braids have been used to symbolize wealth, marital status, age, rank. But what I like best about them is how functional they are. They get hair off your neck and out of the way, which keeps you cooler and keeps hair out of your eyes. There are so many braids you can learn how to do as well. But I'm only really good at Dutch braids and French braids. Both French and Dutch braids, like the ones you see me do here, are considered 3-strand braids. That means that the hair is divided into 3 sections and braided together. There are lots of ways to do a 3-strand braid that make them look a lot more complicated and intricate than they really are, which is probably why I've never felt the need to learn how to do different braids. Once you kind of master 3-strand braids, you can learn to do them in multiple sections that blend into each other. I also really love doing Dutch braid crowns in my hair because it gets all the hair completely off my neck and it looks really cute as well. Whenever I do my hair in that style, I get a lot of compliments because it looks harder to do than it actually is. Like most things, once you practice a few times on yourself, you really get the swing of it. I also still really love having my back drawn on gently too, just lightly with a fingertip. That was another thing my childhood friends and I all did together. We'd sit in circles and draw on each other's back with a fingertip. Sometimes the game was to try and guess what the person was drawing. But most of the time, it was just simply for relaxation purposes. I have such vivid memories of sitting crisscross applesauce on the gymnasium floor during school assemblies and strategically stationing ourselves in our rows in ways that would allow us to gently draw on each other's backs. I know I've mentioned that memory before, but it really is such a vivid and formative memory for me. I think moments like that were what instilled a love of ASMR in me before I even knew what it was. Do you have memories like this too? It's okay if you don't. There's lots of time to create new memories going forward. I always like to remind myself of that. I'd like for us to focus on some breathing exercises now together. Don't worry if your mind starts to wander while we do this. It's totally normal and totally okay. After all, we all have our stresses and worries that constantly buzz in our heads. But try to use my voice as an anchor. Hold on to it in your mind. See it as your North Star so that you can find your way back when you've drifted in a different direction. We're going to breathe together to encourage a calm presence. Take a moment right now and make yourself comfortable. Are you in a good position? Wiggle your toes just a little. Now wiggle your fingers a little bit. Make sure that your arms and legs are in a good position, or you can move a bit if needed, and that no circulation is being cut off. It doesn't matter if you're sitting, laying down, as long as you're safe and comfortable. Your body is safe and at peace. Try to clear your mind. Easier said than done, right? Personally, I've always found meditation pretty difficult. As soon as someone tells me to think of nothing at all, I have about 1,000 thoughts in my brain. I have a busy mind. Maybe you can relate to that. But if you focus on just the words I'm saying, it may become easier. So try to clear out your thoughts, your worries, and your anxieties. We're going to say to ourselves, hey brain, it's okay that you're having all of those feelings, but they will still be there tomorrow, and I can worry about them then. Because for right now, I'm giving myself permission to find relaxation and peace of mind. In this moment, for now, I'm absolving myself of negative self-talk. I have permission to become calm and to let go of those thoughts. Very good. Let's try our best. That's all that matters in the end. Now we're ready to focus on our breathing. Let's first become aware of the very sensation of breathing. Don't try to control your breath. Just breathe and pay attention to the ebb and flow of it. This breath is always with you, whether you're aware of it or not. Feel how your tummy and chest expand as your lungs fill with air. Feel how your heart pulls in all the magic and wonder of the universe. Feel how this moment was created just for you to be here and have this experience. Feel how loved and cherished you really are. Notice as well how your lungs deflate as we breathe out. Feel how the bad thoughts and negativity are being pushed out and away from your body. We're breathing in all the circumstances of our life, and with each breath, choosing to hold on to the things that bring us peace and joy. Each time we breathe out, we're letting go of the past harm that we've been holding on to. It's not serving us. We can let it go. There is only rest here. Only peace. Let's breathe together a few times. Follow along with me if you're able. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out with your mouth. Thanks for joining me for that. It's even relaxing for me to do with you. Try to continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Did you know that air inhaled through your nose creates a backflow of air into your lungs. This is because your nostrils are smaller than your mouth. If you find your mind wandering, come back to this breath. Come back to how it sounds and how it feels. Let your breath flow naturally and simply notice it. Don't force it or try to manufacture a relaxed breath. Just allow yourself to come to relaxed breathing all on your own. Nothing else really matters right now. Just your own peace of mind. So you can let go and fully give yourself permission to simply exist. You have no responsibilities to anyone, not in this moment. This moment is just about you. You don't do enough things in your life that are simply just for you, do you? Well, you deserve to. You deserve to take care of yourself and to be pampered. I recently read that when you're feeling lost in life, you should think about what you liked to do for fun when you were a child. I think this is applicable in many situations. Maybe you're feeling lost in your career, not sure where things are headed, and if the path you're on is the right one. Maybe you're feeling lost in your studies, overwhelmed by choices and pressures of trying to succeed. Maybe you're simply just looking to pick up a new hobby, to work on a new skill for self-improvement, and just a way to kick back. Think about what you did for fun when you were a child. I'll give you myself for example. So for me, when I was a child, I spent a lot of time playing by myself, and I was just as happy doing that as I was playing with friends, because I had a very active imagination. I also loved to make up skits and dances and perform them for audiences of stuffed animals, all lined up in rows. They were a very captive and appreciative crowd, I assure you. I also loved to sit in front of my favorite cartoon movies and shows and just drawing for hours on end. I can see reflections of all of these childhood activities now in my own life. Of course, many things can change as we grow up. But when I think about what brought me joy back then, that same joy is still inside me and can be brought out by doing those activities again. Although maybe in different ways. I spend most of my time working by myself, but I often elect to work on collaborative projects with others whenever possible. I get happiness either way. One isn't better than the other for me. It's really important to me that I get to do both because of the wonderful ASMR YouTube community. I get to perform for audiences in a way, and that lack of stage fright has always been a part of who I am. It's something that I like about myself. I like that I get to share who I really am with you. And I still draw and draw and draw while watching my favorite shows and movies. In fact, I think many of those are the same ones I watched in childhood. There can be so much pleasure in that kind of nostalgia. But anyways, I say all this to encourage you to think about how it can be applied to your own life. Maybe you liked to cut pictures out of magazines when you were a child. Maybe you liked to climb trees. Maybe you liked to trim the hair of your dolls, or run around outside and play in the mud. It's interesting to think about those things that brought you joy, because regardless of how mundane they may seem, they can be helpful guides for us. I've always been so fascinated by those simple mundane moments. I think they're more important than we give them credit for. Now, if you don't mind, with your permission of course, you and I are going to do some positive affirmations. Your job is relatively easy, so don't worry. I'll say the affirmation, and I would like for you to repeat it in your head to yourself. If you'd prefer, you can also say it quietly out loud. Really consider the words and what they can mean for you in your life. Okay, let's start. I've done my best today. I'm grateful for what I learned today. Even when I am not perfect, I can love and accept myself. My past experiences had a purpose. I have learned from my past, and now I can let go of the feelings I've been holding on to if they can't help me. I've survived all of the difficult moments of my past. I am free. I can be present in the now. I can choose to release the past if I am ready to do so. I am creating the life I want for myself. I am in control of my world and my body. I can make choices that are what's best for me. I am growing and learning every day. I am ready to meet the adventures that are waiting for me. I am worthy of love. I enjoy nature. I enjoy life. I enjoy my loved ones. I know what is truly important and I make it my priority. I am thankful for the good things in my life. I am grateful even when it is not easy. I will continue to take care of myself even when I feel unlovable. I will treat myself gently and with understanding. I am special. I am magical. The things I do can change the world. I have made peace with this day. I know that I can make tomorrow even better. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. Maybe some of those thoughts and affirmations stood out to you more than others. If so, it can be helpful to consider why that may be. For me, each of those affirmations have been needed at one point in my life as something I needed to remind myself of, or even something I needed to convince myself to believe and ultimately act on. It's okay if you feel that way too. But now that we've shared those affirmations together, you've opened yourself up to the very real chance that you will begin to manifest them actively in your life. Even as you are relaxed and breathing slowly and comfortably, you can start to